Hello guys, my name is Dile Prayogo. I want to provide little knowledge about exhibitionism. Maybe my of you already know about it, but here I will explain a little bit. Okay, let's go. Exhibitionism under our relation above showing of genital and masturbation in public because of a disease. Clear exhibitionism. Can exhibitionists be subject to criminal sanction? To answer these questions, we need to first understand the meaning of exhibitionism. Exhibitionism is a disorder characterized by a tendency to show intense things, such genitally, to other for self gratification. Referring to pornography law, it has been stipulated that any person who exhibits himself or another person in performance or in public that depicts namely sexual exploitation, intercourse, or the pornographic contents is subject to imposition from a maximum of 10 years and a maximum fine or 10 years. A lot of idea 5 billion. So based on the definition of exhibitionism and the provision of the article above, masturbation in public or showing genital in public is a form of negligence. The perpetrator can be jailed from a maximum of 10 years and or fined a maximum of a year 5 billions. However, exhibitionism is a form of disorder. The can people let exhibitionism be punished? To answer this, it refers to the provision regarding the ration for the elimination or criminal stipulated in the criminal code which are still valid and based on law 1 2023 concurring the new criminal code which is valid 3 years from the date of promulgation. Criminal law is known as the relation for the eradication of crime, namely relation from justifying and forgiving reason, namely number one, justifying reason main relations that arrest the unlawful nature of a criminal. So in the term of justification, see from the side of the action objective. From example, the act of taking life that was carried out by the executioner of a death penalty against a death row convict. Article 15 of the Criminal Code and Article 21 of Law Number 1, 2023. Number 2, access from forgiveness are relations that rights the guilt of the perpetrator of a crime, whereas action are still against the law. So, a threat of forgiveness can from the side of the preference perpetrator subjective. For example, because the perpetrator in intent so has cannot be held accountable for his action. Regarding an example of an excuse, you can see Article 44 of the Criminal Code and Article 28 and 29 of Law 1 2023. Any person who at the time of committing a crime has a mental disability and or intellectual disability can have his sentence reduced and of be subject to action. So based on the explanation above to answer question about someone who has exhibitionism disorder, the judge must refer to the opinion of a mental health expert and the result of a medical examination to find out whether the disorder can be acquainted with mental illness or a psychiatric disorder. If it turns out that the perpetrator of the exhibitionism is truly judged unable to the health responsive for his actions, the excuse applied to the perpetrator so that according to the criminal code he cannot be convicted of put in a hospital from probation. When while in Law 120 2023, if a survivor of exhibitionism is proven in a medical examination as person with a mental disability, the sentence can be reduced. Meanwhile, if exhibitionism survivor is a state of code relapse and is a common found by psychotic feature the has in subject to action. Sorry, maybe that we what I can say how powerful is useful. Thanks next again. See you.